Makeup has always added to women's standards in our society and has become part of women's culture in a way, but the rise of social media has created unrealistic beauty standards with the use of editing, lighting, and other effects, adding to the cultural and societal views that females and female beauty is connected to looking perfect, as often seen in social media. Hear from a certified makeup artist about the difference in makeup standards between clients who grew up with makeup and those who did not.
Hello, my name is Rebecca, and I've previously worked as a makeup artist, as a freelancer. So I've done a bunch of wedding makeup and also for prom and some for like friends and family as well. Younger people often want the same thing. Most teens would want like the full glam because that was back in 2017. So that's what the like full glam like style was going on with the Instagram sort of makeup. Whereas with older people, they often don't want a cakey face maybe or have a lot of texture. Whereas back then, when it came to younger people, that was not the case. Like they didn't really care. So that's sort of the difference I could see in what type of makeup looks they wanted. I think social media in general really had influence in the type of makeup they wanted to begin with. So they definitely wanted things that they could see. It's always a different path for different people, depending on sort of how you grew up, I think. Because if you don't really have great self-esteem, you're always going to compare yourself to others no matter what. And it's really going to affect your self-confidence in general. I see perfect people. And I think it's positive that we have a bunch of influencers who show sort of the unfiltered versions of themselves as well, but it's always in comparison to, oh, look how pretty I can be, and show the next photo like this is me without makeup. And that's sort of good, but also bad that they show it in a comparison between the two instead of just being genuine with themselves.
In the last 5 years, photo manipulation on social media has increased drastically. Research shows that girls aged 14 and 18, when exposed to these manipulated photos, suffer from low self-esteem and other mental health struggles, and use makeup to change their appearance to look like what they see on social media. And teens aren't oblivious to this fact, as seen in the following interviews.
Makeup, face value, you see it as something as like a beautifier, but in reality, it gives you confidence, but when you take it away, the confidence is gone. So it's really just sort of like a mask, and not good for your mental health either, because if you are only wearing makeup and like you only feel confident when you're wearing makeup, then it's not real. It's just a facade, and essentially it's gonna give kids a bad way to make kids want to reach a standard that's not going to be attainable, because even with makeup, people still face tune themselves and Photoshop themselves, and essentially we're creating beauty standards that's never going to be achievable.
I think that it's definitely a more common social expectation than it's been in the past. The way that we expect mostly women form to this standard of beauty that we can't naturally achieve by ourselves without makeup, and so it's ends up being pretty harmful to people that are pretty young and are believing that they have to be this like high level of perfection.
I don't really wear a lot of makeup right now, but a few years ago I did follow a lot of people on social media that made me want to wear makeup. For example, like James Charles want to like buy makeup, but I don't really wear it. I really wanted to do the looks that he did, but it's kind of impossible because of how they edit pictures or videos. Like, I do think some things you can do, but like for the most part you can't look like as perfect as they do in a video.
Research shows that females are more likely to get diagnosed with an eating disorder and have self-image issues. There are multiple factors for these diagnoses, but looking at it through a cultural and psychological disciplinary perspective, it can be seen that being surrounded by photos of females that use editing in photos and put layers upon layers of makeup alter the way women look at themselves. It has been engraved into their culture to look perfect, but now with social media, they are unable to achieve this, as well as these makeup trends are changing at a rapid daily speed, often making it hard for women to find their identity and how they are supposed to present themselves. As well as it starts with young teens and preteens. Girls are starting to wear makeup more early than ever before, and is not the same as when there were little girls playing dress up. On the contrary, it is because girls are able to access social media at a very young age, 13 the average. Seeing perfect photos of women at an age where they are trying to find their identity at times is the catalyst to develop mental health struggles as it comes to the way they view themselves. With inability to do what has always been wanted from women culturally, with rapid daily changes, it is causing disconnect in their psyche. We as a society need to understand the difference between what is attainable and what is photo manipulation, and end the pressure that is set on women and young girls to follow the new trends in beauty and change the narrative of past cultural norms.